unrealistic plan. AI purring like a luxury brand. Podcast mic and rebel spells. She don't do trends, she casts and sells.
So if AI can write this in 3 seconds, does that mean that my job doesn't matter anymore? That's the fear, right? So this episode, we're sitting down with a real one, a writer, a comms pro, an opinion haver, Laura Burke. And she's not holding back today about what AI's doing to content or what still makes writing human, right? Welcome back to Branded AF, the podcast where we mix brand strategy, AI chaos, quite literally, and zero tolerance for generic bullshit. Nat's with me as always, and today we're joined by our matchmaker, actually, Laura Burke. Laura, welcome.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm the Brit. I'm the Brit that you guys have referenced a few times.
Aren't we like a joke, the three of us walk into a bar?
Totally. We had one with Laura. We had one for a second where it was an American, a Brit, and a Russian walk into a bar.
See? And then the AI twins come along.
Exactly. But me and Laura are way too introverted and we can't keep our relationships in the village going well enough.
What?
We kind of lost some. Well, I don't know. I speak on my own. I speak for myself. I'm very introverted and it's really hard for me to nurture relationships. So
I feel you. That's why
Awesome.
we work, because we understand each other. Yes, we don't need to speak for weeks on end, months on end, and then it's like, yeah, we're back in.
going to back up like an LLM that's trained. I love it.
Like an LLM that's trained. Speaking of LLM, we have our earrings on today.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I love them so much. It's ridiculous.
So shall we jump right in? It's
Let's
our first
go.
time having a guest. Laura, thank you for joining us.
Yay!
We're just gonna go there. So when did you feel the shift? What was the moment for you where AI felt a little bit less like a fun toy and a little bit more like, shit, this could change everything? Really curious how that felt for you.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever really had a moment where I've been scared by that. I can remember a couple of years ago when it was new. I mean, if you were in the marketing world, you could not escape the murmur of ChatGPT. And I do remember being at a party and an acquaintance was educating us all on, the revolution that is coming and we're all out of it. And he took a little bit of pleasure in saying to me, "You're done for, mate. What are you going to do? Have you tried ChatGPT yet? You're a writer. You're going to be replaced instantly." And at the time, I think I was a bit late to the game. I hadn't even tried it, so I couldn't even give an opinion other than just listen. But honestly, inside I was thinking, well, people were scared of the light bulb when that was invented, but I am a creative first, and it's a deeply personal and unique curiosity, and creativity is something that makes us inherently human, and I don't think that's replaceable yet. So that was my first instinct. I'm just curious. I'm not anti-AI. I'm just AI with purpose, please.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to put it.
And I don't know who told you that at that party when it first came out, but even when I was playing with it years ago, I knew that it could not replace. And I mean, that's what started my whole quest to humanize it. So
Yeah.
whoever took pleasure in telling you that, they didn't know what they were talking about, because clearly it was not ready, especially at that time. And
No.
out of the box right now, it's not ready.
No, and there's been a lot of fear-mongering, of fear-mongering, especially in my realm as a writer, professional copywriter, a lot of people I knew were really terrified about that. But for me personally, it's had the opposite effect. I've been in the highest demand ever in the last couple of years as a human voice. So yet to see that negative side in a way.
But what about, I hear you have used this term with me a lot, the sameness out there.
Yeah.
What about that, where the LinkedIn post or the thought leadership or the prompting, how everything is sort of blending in, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
Yeah, I have a problem with that. I mean, how do I put it? Okay, so what I see is sanitized, safe AI sludge everywhere, and that is quite it offends me on the daily, like my eyes are upset by it. Like LinkedIn is a great example, because if you log on and you scroll, like within seconds, you see the sameness. Everybody is saying the same thing in the same way, and they are sounding the same. So like people in my network who I have been inspired by or looked up to over the years have suddenly lost their voice. And that's because they're outsourcing their thinking. And it's the copy and paste culture that is the real villain, not the tech. And that's my thought on it. I think when you're just copying and pasting like AI output without running it through your brain first, you are not a thought leader. You are just a parrot. And it's a real shame to see some of those like authentic people who really did have a voice and an opinion just lose themselves into the absolute noise. And that's what it is right now. It's just noise. I know you guys have talked about M dashes, like red flags, but there are other flags coming. I can see it within seconds when I scroll on LinkedIn. Like, it is a formula, a pattern, the way the usage of punctuation, the way that sentences are structured, everything is just so undistinguishable at the moment. It's a little bit soulless on LinkedIn.
Amen.
It's comment farming, recycled listicles.
Dead internet. It's the dead internet.
It's dead. And it's noise.
I actually had a comment on someone else's post yesterday towards this end, but I looked up the stat. It's something ridiculous. Like they ran the numbers, and it's thought that 54%, I think it was 50% of long LinkedIn posts are AI generated. That's 54% on a platform where users only frequently, post. Like 10% of the users are avid posters. The rest are like lurkers. So that's a lot of AI content out there. And my AI actually roasted someone and said, "What is this? You sound like," what did she say? "It sounds like the McKinley report, Google search thought leadership,"
Yeah.
It's so apparent. And like you said, with the structure of it all, I use the same structure output for making video avatars, because that's an excellent way for voice actors to change their flow and cadence. But 100%, Laura, you see it because no one has an attention span, right? So I think AI is starting to make it, they'll enter in a new paragraph mid-sentence. And it's, bro.
Yeah, it's a pattern. Yeah. We're just losing ourselves a little bit. And the bit that scares me is like, unless you're using, a programmed, trained bot, you're just using a standard ChatGPT or language learning model, you're putting an idea in, it could be a shit idea. And that ChatGPT is not going to call you out. It's not going to say that's a shit idea. It's an echo chamber. It is a mirror. So it will inflate your shit idea, and your shit idea will get bigger and louder until we're just wading through shit, which is what I feel like it all is at the moment. And it's like a weird mindset that we are too afraid to write a caption for a photo anymore without running it through ChatGPT first. Like, if you feel something, if you're passionate about something, if you have an opinion, you don't need to run it through ChatGPT for it to suck the soul out of it. It's there, like, trust yourself. We don't have to be perfect. We don't all have to be the same.
Awesome. Amen. Natalie, I have a question for you. Because you sparked me with this, Laura. So if you are, you don't want to sound the same as everybody else, and you don't want to, but you do want to take advantage of your LLM to help you on the journey, right? How do you build your influencer bot to be able to communicate in a way that actually overcomes this formula and structure? Is it what Laura's saying, that you need to human read it and basically rewrite it? Or is there a way to get out of it what you really want?
Well, probably about 6 months ago, I would have totally agreed with Laura. I would have been like, no, but she did preface it and say that out of the box. That's huge out of the box versus you actually going in there and customizing it. It's 100% huge. And then so 6 months ago, I customized it and I was like, no, it's so great. I just need to tweak it. But now, ladies, I am writing at the speed of light. And when I read it, it is better than anything I could have written in even a quarter, even a tenth of the time. And it's shocking. And so, one takeaway with that is real writers write for rhythm, and they get the flow and like the story arc of it all. But the thing is, that's all programmable. You just program it. And with like my system, I've got like a sucker punch later coming up with my system, but AI predicts for probability. But when you customize it and you give it your voice, then it's no longer reaching into that out of the box prompt list, those generic skeletons. This is what people are going to like, that whole story arc. You have already coded it into it. And what AI is great at is, following instructions. And so when you have it so on the meter, no, on the mark, like I said, I don't even revise my outputs anymore. Like that's
Really?
and I will do white papers and I don't change my outputs anymore. It's mind boggling, but this has only happened the last like month and a half, 2 months, maybe more, ever since the roundtable came about and then 3.0 came about. And yeah, like I said, I'm a huge believer that writers are going to be replaced as we know it.
Oh my God. What?
As we know it.
Laura?
That in too. And I'm ready to fight this out. Let's go, baby. But I also want to acknowledge that writers are creatives. How many times in history have tools been introduced and changed our because I'm a writer as well, not first and foremost, but how many times have our whole tools, our toolbox, our mindset, the internet, typewriters, the printing press in like the 16th century,
Photoshop.
yeah. And so, yeah. And so like writers are amazing. They're artists, they're creatives. They're going to find a way. And I think that there's 100% Laura's are needed because you need someone to train it, someone to keep the flow going. But again, some of the testing that I've seen is it's mind boggling, guys.
Yeah.
Do you have a tip for us? So do you have a tip? Both of you, totally not a question from the list, but either of you have a tip for us if we are working on our custom GPT to make it sound a bit more human and less of the sameness? Because I hear you, Nat. You're saying it won't work out of the box. Both of you said that.
Not 100%
Out of the box,
at all.
it's going to sound the same as every shit out there and all of the noise. So how do we make sure that our custom GPT won't sound like that too? How do we do that? If you could give one tip on the
Wanna go
spot.
first, Laura?
I am not sure. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that.
Then enlighten us, Nat.
Yeah, Nat, this one's you.
I took some notes down from a clone your clone bot that I made. Basically, towards that end, you want to do persona overlays. Again, I've said this before on the podcast, like we are not one notes. And so when you're cloning yourself into your bot, if you're a writer, you're going to want to clone those key aspects that make you a great writer. So you're going to clone the researcher in you. You're going to clone, maybe the devil's advocate. You're going to clone all of these aspects of how you write. Maybe you're more poetic in your writing or you use a lot of analogies. So you're going to overlay those personas all together in your clone. And that will really help with making it sound more humanized. And then memory encoding. You cannot skip the memory encoding. And basically that's super pills. Those are frameworks of how you work. I believe your job is going to be all about processes and your process. And that's what's going to be unique. I think it's going to be how you attack it, how you incorporate AI. I think your portfolios should look like, okay, here's a before, just human, here's a hybrid, and then here are the systems that run automated because I designed them that way. As a writer, I think that if they start accepting that and really getting what makes them, just like with brands, what makes your voice unique? Writing it down, prompting it out, and reverse engineering it with AI. And then you will have persona overlays and memory encoding that will go in a refinement loop with you.
Okay.
Makes sense. Is it too dorky? I can dumb it down. Like, not dumb it down. I can de-dorkify it. De-dorkify.
I like the dork, but if Laura were to create her own
with Laura,
bot,
okay,
what would be or a copywriter, what would be the first thing they should do?
First thing I would do is I would scrape all of the work that I'm proud of. So that's your articles, and you can use AI. I scraped my whole LinkedIn. I've been posting almost daily for over a year. I scraped it all in 5 seconds, and I made it into a text file, and then uploaded that into my custom GPT to break out the personas, to break out my vocabulary glossary, all of this stuff, my approaches. And then also, this is a little bit more deep, but emotional mapping. My clone maps emotions with words. AI doesn't know how to feel. And so you tell it how to feel, and then it'll mimic that. It's all about, how we always used to say a good input, good data in, good input, good output. But now it's even more like strategic, highly structured input. You're going to get output that blows your mind.
So that real building, taking the time to build the custom GPT is the critical piece, right?
Yes. And for writers like Laura, it's all about, you have to define your voice, girl, like in a 50-page marketing brief just on your voice. And then AI will be able to take that and run with it. And again, it's not you. We're always going to have artisans. And then also people who only use human writing, I think are going to be able to charge premium rates because they're going to be 100% like branded.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think like human generated content is literally going to become the caviar of communications. We're going to see like premium brands, luxury brands, like really feeding into this. This is like human touched, editor approved. I mean, yeah, because AI will just be assumed everywhere. I mean, that's the reality. That is, get used to it. To any young copywriter out there who's like, dreams of becoming, a professional in this industry right now, it probably feels like, what a shit place to be in, or what a shit dream to have almost, because what's the point? But you just cannot automate instinct, and that is like the creative instinct that we have as humans, that cannot be automated, that cannot be taken away from us. So don't lower the bar for yourself just because, a machine can spit something out faster. You still have to be fucking good at your job. You have to hone your skills. You have to keep up. You have to learn, just be in this constant state of learning and evolving. And yeah, we're going to see the landscape massively change. There's probably comms teams are going to be in like two camps. There's going to be the creators who will handle, programming, prompting, using that content to scale. And then there will be the orchestrators of that who manage and govern like the ethics, the tone, the reputation for brands, for writing, regulations, by the way, because, AI regulations are going to hit comms teams like GDPR hit email marketing. We're on the cusp of like a massive, AI regulation shift anytime soon. So if you're like putting, client decks, client brand guidelines, proposals into any language learning model right now without approval from that client, it's like a data breach issue just like waiting to happen.
We talked about that in one of our episodes about shared real estate and whose story is it, and whose story is it to share?
Totally.
Personal information. And
where do you think the human voice still wins? Because AI obviously will hit a wall, right? There is still, you both agree with that, right? That there is a wall of what AI can do in some way. So where does the human voice still win? Or maybe Natalie doesn't agree. I see her smiling.
I knew I was going to be like the one that you guys were going to be like, shut up, bitch. Like, you're wrong.
This isn't meant to be a throwdown between the two of you. I'm genuinely curious.
This is fun for me.
I don't want to live in a world where I feel like, the human voice doesn't win, because that's the heart and soul. I don't know. There's such a nuance. There's such a cadence. Like an emotional pulse, a timing, like, I don't know, good writing, it's alive. Like, it's not safe. It's not sanitized. There's like a lived experience that like pours out in between the lines, and we can feel that. It surprises us. Great writing can surprise us. The human voice can surprise us. Human opinion and human instinct can surprise us. And that's the differentiator for me. And I hope we don't entirely lose that. That's the art. That's the craft of writing and human voice.
Yeah, and I don't think, like I always say, like, I don't think we're going to lose that, because artisans, you will still find sword makers that are like the old blacksmiths that you'll still find in the UK, some book publishers that take a year to build a book together because they do it the old
manually.
The way. And there's the romantic, that's romantic. And that's premium pricing. And that's beautiful. I hope that humanity, I think that when it comes to voice and when it comes to creative writing, I think That's not going to be touched. It can't be touched. My sentimental songs, they make me cry. Like that's how emotional and that's how she touches me. You know what I mean? But when it comes to work, when it comes to branding, I think that it can be coded.
Yeah.
I just miss like people throwing knives at me. But I think because I've
Both
seen
of
it
us.
and it is a process and it is extensive. But the beautiful thing is it's done once. And
Yeah.
I think writers who have that are going to become more of an editor.
Yeah.
So when they put in, like Laura, you have a brilliant mind and a brilliant way of thinking. If you let me run a little MRI scan on your brain and then we input it, I'm more afraid of that for writers, for your IP, for the way you think, the way you deliver. You, Laura, could be copy and pasted and then data scraped, and someone can talk in your voice if they know how to clone their system.
Scary thought.
That's scary.
That's what scares the hell out of me. You can, guys, all of these books that people are into, Atomic Habits or something like
Yeah.
that. All of these books that are amazing, any Seth Godin book, you can put it into an LLM. You can extract the key lessons. You can emotionally tag it. You can create heat map zones based on the learnings. And then you can use that person's voice. That's what I'm scared of, losing your IP. So I still think that the human voice is essential, but I think it's going to be changed because now instead of you writing it, you're going to be more of a teacher, more of an editor, an orchestrator. You're going to say, okay, LLMs, let's go, liven up. And then you're going to tell them, this is the product, this is the emotion, this is the target audience. And using your prompt mapping, using your prompt hacks, pull it all together and create a call to action that drives this.
Yeah, that's the role. Those are the camps that we're going to see. Yeah. The orchestrators, the creators, two separate camps. Yeah, for sure. In comms and in, it's changing.
As an artist, I agree with you, Laura. I don't want that to lose because again, AI can't do it on its own. Some people say it can. Well, that's another AGI conversation in itself, but they can't do it without the training. So in essence, yes, you will always need that human, but Laura is going to become 100 writers.
Yeah. The role of a copywriter, will it exist? In some form, yes, but it will be very different. It will be very different from what we know now or what, how it's evolved in the last couple of years. In the next 12 months, the landscape will look completely different. I mean, I have this feeling of like, don't fear the reaper. Like, let's just get better. Let's just stay in this learning zone and this like curiosity zone and think critically a little bit about this as well. If you're not thinking critically, creatively, ethically, then you're not using AI. AI is just using you, right?
Boom. Can we get
Look at that.
Boom, mic drop? That's exactly it, I think. What do you think, Gina?
Totally. 100%. Or you also hit the nail on the head a bit about the role of the copywriter, right? How is that going to evolve? And it's already evolving, right?
It is.
And go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. No, it has, and it has. Do you know what? I see AI a little bit at the moment like a miracle aligner because, for strategy, for structure, for planning, oh my goodness, there are so many more things you can do than copy and paste output. And I think people are only just starting to realize this. Like for me, I am using it like daily. It is my research assistant, my brainstorm partner. I love the chat function because when I verbalize my ideas, they come quicker, harder, and faster. So for me, this has been like really great. But at the moment, it's not replacing my instinct and it's not replacing my opinion. And I'm learning that, tools like this, a bit like a project management tool, that only as good as, the management behind it and the intent behind it, right? For me, that's how it feels right now. It's making my job more efficient, but I'm still using my brain. I'm still processing the output myself. I'm still reviewing and having opinion about that output and not allowing it to become that echo chamber of, not calling out my own bullshit. Like I'm still got my finger on the pulse of that one.
Yeah. And I think one of the other ways that that the role of a copywriter is actually really powerful right now is to help others with their voice and to help others to find and to identify where they might be inauthentic in their thought leadership and help them to actually navigate their own voice back into what they're doing without breaking the fact that they are using AI as potentially that. I think the brainstorm partner for everybody, if you're not using it as a literal brainstorming ally, you are fucking missing the point. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Insane.
so
Like Laura
strong.
said, everybody's using it for content generation.
Oh.
Hello. You're using like a high speed race car for like going to the grocery store. Like what?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
not the
Yes.
magic. That's not the magic behind these LLMs, really.
Yeah. There is like a fatigue, and I do see it. Some of the people that I work with regularly, you know, they're fatigued by it, you know, a little bit. Like they're starting to see, this is a bit repetitive.
see it
We're
too.
all saying this. So they're starting to come around to, you know, the fact that they are going to need to be authentic, or there's going to need to be a better, smarter way to, you know, fuse their voice and their instinct back into this. You know, we've just been through a peak where a lot of us have just tapped into it, and we're realizing, holy shit, like I can do things so much quicker, and we're just outsourcing a bit too much right now because we're in the flow, we're in the peak of it. We're enjoying, you know, reducing the time spent on things in a day, and we've got more time to go into more things. We're suddenly like spread everywhere because we've got this great tool that's like allowing us to do that. But to what like detrimental effect is like, yeah, I'm seeing that. That's the sameness. That's that issue that people have lost their identity and their voice. We're just, robots at the moment. Same shit, different.
And that's why
person.
me and Gina are always like, create a clone, create your custom GPT, because then you won't sound like them. You have words that you will only use. You have a no list. Like, fuck you, Nat GPT, if you're going to use dynamic. I am starting to get annoyed with chaotic. Chaos can suck something. But clarity is another word where I'm just like, don't even scale for soul. Stop saying it to me. You know what I mean? Like, but these are things that you can control. And I want you to get into my AI lab, Laura, and I want to clone your brain. And I want to see.
Ooh, we should do that. That would be awesome.
I've been asking her to do that for like a while now. One day she
Really?
will let me.
Not yet.
She's not.
She's not so smart though, because all of us, Gina, me, all of the people that are cloning it and supplying everything are becoming tech stacks. We're stackable. And if anybody gets access to that, and that goes into my oh shit moment later with my IP, but we'll continue. 30 minutes,
Oh my God.
girls. 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we're at 30 minutes. Okay. But yeah, the thing that you were mentioning about where the role of the copywriter, I still think that's such a huge thing, being able to guide other people because you see it and they don't. So
Yeah.
really, I would say embrace that. If you're a copywriter out there, and Laura yourself, like this is something that is your superpower in this age of AI to help thought leaders and people who want to be visible to identify where they are or are not coming across as themselves. And I think the other way that we won't be able to replace, and Natalie, you may disagree with me on this, with Nat GPT and her videos, but you're not going to replace currently video content with clones until it's perfect.
Hey, Jen
I
just
know.
came out with something, and oh my dear, I created a proposal yesterday in a ridiculous amount of time. Canva, I was up till 2:33. Canva AI has unleashed some monsters, guys. And so, but yeah, Hey Jen just released something where I was like, is that me? And I've been shocking myself for a while, but yesterday, or 2
But did
days
it
ago, I
come?
shocked myself.
But when did it come out? Because I did some testing this weekend with Hey Jen, and it was still for me, not me.
Was it the new was it
I think so.
Avatar 4?
I think so.
Really? Yeah, mine was me. It was
Because
weird.
mine, when I did it and I did a test, and I had used a literal 5-minute clip of myself that I had made right here.
No, not that one. Not that one. There's a new
No?
one. You only get a certain amount of credits. I used all of mine up, so here's my warning to you. They are
Okay.
limited. It says try it, but what you do is you upload a picture of yourself. And so it's not like the other feature. It's an upgrade.
How?
And so
How?
when you do
How
the
does it do it from
picture,
a picture? Come on. Come
and
on.
it had that feature before, but now, and before I never really used it because because I smile so much, my mouth was always like cartoon big and scary, like The Mask, Jim Carrey. And it freaked me out. But this new one, I was speechless for like minutes. Like I could.
This
It's
weekend I was
almost
about to
there.
cancel my my sub because this weekend I was like,
Yeah.
never mind.
Never
So,
mind.
okay, I will test that first, and
Yeah.
then I will come back next episode with
I'll shoot you
if
off
I
the
was happy or
proposal
not.
that I did 100%
Yeah, show me.
AI generated. Every word was not GPT. Every the slideshow was completely generated as well because Canva's new AI tool dropped. Sizzling hot, ladies. Nothing like I've seen before.
I'm
And
skeptical myself, and you know
I'm
I'm not
skeptical.
usually skeptical.
I have
I'll go
seen
check
so
it out.
much of these like regurgitation and blah, 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 you know? So when it like drops my jaws, I'm like, I steady myself, you know what I mean? Because I'm like,
Okay.
but for the average user, I 100% agree with both of you. If you come out of the box, I mean, if you come out of the gate with an LLM that is not customized or just barely has some memories of you, you primed it a little bit, but it really doesn't get your emotional tagging, I think you're just going to be an echo chamber. And with video, if you don't properly light or, you know, but the video is still not up to par. It just takes too long. But now with the new updates, yeah.
From a picture, one picture.
One picture. Wait, I can do a share screen, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to see it, Laura?
Of course.
Because I literally don't believe it because the testing I've done, even with video of me in this exact scenario where I'm sitting right now,
Tell me what
I
you
was
think, lady.
very
Tell me what you
clearly,
think.
I could clearly see that wasn't me. Not that I'm trying to deep fake anything, but I really want to play with this shit. I want
No,
these
yeah.
tools. My wish is these tools would be able to be something cool. I want to make a music video of myself or something that I would never have the balls to do. I want to take one of these songs that Natalie, I've been making with Suno, all of these like morning anthems now. So every time I'm having like a sort of down morning or I'm like meh, I make an anthem and it's like rap and
Killer.
R&B and it's like bad bitch kind of music. But now I will like play them in the morning. I'm like, oh, I feel good today now.
Yay.
Okay,
So,
show me.
no, they always get me going, and I use it as self-hypnosis tracks. So I'll just listen to it all day long. You know, like I always say, if it's either like something I'm procrastinating, I'll listen to that particular song. If I need to go like Wolf of Wall Street hard, I'll listen to another song. But it's like the lyrics are just embedding inside my soul, like while I'm working all day long.
Hey, while you're doing that, we should also invite Laura into our secret LinkedIn group. And we should get that thing rocking and rolling
Yeah, I
now.
haven't, you know, when I went, I was prepping with clients and then I went to America and I started prepping some ideas with NatGPT
Cool.
for the LinkedIn group.
Awesome.
So we're
Laura, you
going
want to be
back
in our
in
LinkedIn
time.
group?
Yes, please. Yeah,
It's a
I see
playground.
a lot more of that, you know, because I think people are like so burnt out from all the noise that I think they are like retreating a little bit to private channels, to private communities again. You know, they're just escaping all the AI nonsense at the moment. Like they want,
100%
yeah,
agree. I want, because that's the only place you can find the realness. You get all
exactly
this
right.
copy and paste, especially on LinkedIn. It's just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
Soulless. Yeah.
So
And then the dead internet, the dead LinkedIn of the comments by bots, and the bots are talking to bots. And I think that is the
Yeah.
future. I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
the bots will be talking to the bots.
well,
Our
just like the
jobs.
bots can order your groceries and your food and can totally, AI agents can go actually do all of your shopping for you. I'm waiting for the day that my grocery list that's generated by Darth Keto, my AI bot, I'm waiting for the day that I don't have to input that list into the Albert Heijn app myself. I want her to be able to feed that to Albert Heijn and then just have my shit show up at my door every Monday night. It's not possible yet. I have asked.
So I have one here. I used an AI video of AI photo, and that's basically why I was like astonished.
Okay. So not your
how
own,
similar. It still is not perfection, but
but
it's
it's
the
from
best
your
that I've
Laura.
seen so far. So let me share my screen. She doesn't get my teeth right. Does she not understand that I have a gap in my teeth? So what I did was I used NatGPT to create a proposal, a slideshow, a pitch deck, a proposal. And each slide, she created a Hey Jen script for herself so that it was more interactive. So while they go to next slide, and the presentation took me with copy and pasting probably about 30 minutes. And it's me. I love it. It's like my new skeleton, my new template. But with every
Awesome.
page, NatGPT is going to humanize that page, walk them through the process. So that way it's not just filled with a bunch of words. what I'm finding now is the more content I can generate, I think you might like this, Laura. The more content I can generate, the less I do. It's interesting. You know what I
Come
mean?
on, hit the play button. Let's see this.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
She's like, go.
Okay, here's
It's
how we
just from a
prep.
picture.
You and your
Picture
team gather the
with
good
no
stuff,
hands in it.
So she
use,
did all of that too.
and the
Or it
brilliant
did all
AI
of that.
Yeah.
documentation you've
All
already
it was
created.
just a
After
picture.
I grab all your
Just a profile
goodies, I
picture
go
like that.
full.
See you on the next page. And so she walks them through. And again, that was an AI photo. But heed my warning, ladies. Don't use up all of your shots. I think you get 5 minutes total with the new like
What?
ridiculous version. I so should have used a real photo of myself, but I didn't know
5 minutes, that's it.
5 minutes. And then you pay like for credits, it's like 15 euros
Mhm.
or something to replenish because it's so powerful. But when you practice, when you try it out, use a real picture of yourself.
But I'm curious the
Right.
difference because this
Yeah.
one shows this really big, and yes, you
Yeah.
are smiling really big always,
Yeah. It's
but
quite
that
like,
isn't as natural.
to me, it's like, it is so quite obviously AI like generated. It's not real to me. So like, is that where, are you comfortable with that? Is that what
Want it
you're
to be
going for?
distinguishable. I really want it to be
But for
distinguishable
Natalie's
because
brand.
one of my brand things is I'm not trying to fool you. That girl, that's not me. I never say that that's me. Even in my writing on my LinkedIn, it's always NatGPT out or AI generated content coming up. One thing that's important to me is that people know that I want them to see how I treat my AI. It's a collaboration. She's not going to take me over, but she will make it so that I don't have to write anymore. She writes so much smarter than me, especially these technical science white papers. Like it's intense what she like draws into the conclusions. But yeah, I never want her to look like me. Even when the video gets so well done, I'll probably put some glitches in there because I don't want people to think that that's me.
But then how would a thought leader or an individual who isn't doing AI as their job, right? How would they take advantage of it, or would they take
They
advantage
would be
of it?
transparent, in my opinion. Everybody needs to let them know this is AI. That's all there is to it. Kind of like a filter on Instagram. You see that someone used a filter or something like that. It's going to be like our filter, you know? And then when people start getting wind of the cognition cloning and actually cloning and mapping the brain and the thought processes of how you think, then I guess this is just where the magic happens. So you'll use your AI video avatar, but it's going to be your thoughts. It's just constructed differently. It's put together. The pieces are put together through AI, if cloned properly. But yeah, I never want anybody to confuse. And AI thought leaders that are looking to use this, 100% don't think that they need to say that either, because there are going to be people that are looking and they're going to see it, and then you're going to look like a fucking liar.
Yeah.
But then you need to say it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I don't think anybody could say, like, not say, hey, this is AI, because it quite obviously is. Like, it's not that good yet. It looks AI generated. It doesn't look real. It's not good enough yet for you to even pretend that it's real.
I always want it to be distinguishable. And that's where things like NFTs, like those things come into like such important, but that's another conversation as well. But being able to
Yeah, it is.
authenticate what is real and what is not. But yeah, I don't think that anybody should go out there and say, this is my writing, this is my video, these are my photos, because then you're just lying. And then brands, guess, you know, you guys are consumers. Are you going to care if you read something that touches you, or you see a product that you're like, damn, and you try it on your video avatar self? You know, like, are you going to care that brand sold it by an AI? Maybe some people do because they want that realness. They don't want to displace real models or real writers. I get that.
Yeah.
Do you care if the messaging is there and it's doing what it's supposed to? That's a real question.
For me, it depends if it's a B2C or B2B. For
That's great.
B2C, I don't care. I'm like, show me the coolest shit I can see for B2C. Like, really, show me your AI avatar putting on your lipstick and show me this damn outfit on myself. Like, hell yes. B2B, no, I want to see a human being and trust. And I want to see that human being, flaws and all, in their video. And I want to feel that they're vulnerable in that video and that they are an actual human being who would give my service or brand the same thing as well.
Yeah, I agree
Personally.
with you. And I think that as this like blows up, like the human voice is going to become so important, and even more important than it ever has been. That's my gut feeling on this, because people are going to be scared by this. People are going to be turned off by this, and there's going to be a quest for truth and
Authenticity.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's also going to be a lot more creativity. So the flip side of the coin, you're going to
Yeah.
see a hell of a lot of cool shit come out,
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
which I
There's a
love.
lot of backlash right now on the internet for AI generated things when it comes to, like I said, people getting angry about displacing models. I know someone that has created a whole line of model brand avatars, which I think is just brilliant. And she's also a fashion designer. And so it's just brilliant, ahead of its time. But yeah.
Yeah. The bar like hasn't disappeared. It's just moving, guys.
Shifting. Yeah. And we all need to shift with it as well, everyone. And the rest of the world will catch up in different ways. Some people are going to spot it a mile away and be cool with it, actually. Like you see on LinkedIn now, the noise of AI on LinkedIn, it's still getting a shit ton of likes and comments. And
Yeah.
some of those comments might be AI generated comments. But the point is, they're getting visibility out of still the sameness.
Yeah.
So some people who may be against it still use it because it works. And that is the double-edged sword, right? Right
Yeah.
now. Yes, it's working. How do we get the other shit to work too anymore?
And like Laura was saying about regulations are going to come down hard, just like last year when everybody was just like, oh, my LLM can write out of the box LLM.
Yeah.
And, all of a sudden, blah, 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 all this bullshit. And then they saw an increase and then they got smacked down. And then on LinkedIn, I've heard of a lot of creators that were doing more of the generic approach. But again, generic content equals generic content. So you're going to get knocked down whether you're human or whether you're but that's why it's so important to really map out your point of view, because if not, like Laura said, you're just copying and pasting, bro.
Yeah.
You.
Hell
Nobody's
yeah.
interested without
No,
the point of
and
view.
if you're copying and pasting, you have already made yourself replaceable. Like that's done and dusted. That's a done deal. If you are questioning, editing, thinking, shaping, then yeah, learning, you're still essential, essentially.
Essentially. I love it. Guys, I think we're actually out of time.
Well, it actually
Look at our
leads
time.
me to my
We're at
oh shit
45
moment.
minutes. Can
That
I give
leads to my oh shit moment that I had.
Awesome.
And
Can
so
we do
I had
that?
an oh shit moment where I was like, shit, I just replaced myself. So I created. I had a lead this week, wants to do a clone health related for an expo at Rye. It was exciting. It was fun. I just said, okay, well, let me take my current system and just have her rewrite it into a GPT for me. So she did that. We talked about it for, 30, 40 minutes. And then out popped my system instructions for this clone your clone system. Put the lead, it's not even a client. I put the lead's brand packet through my system. 5 seconds later, that clone was 85% emotionally mapped, ready, resonated. And it just gut punched me because I was like, wait a second, I'm charging premium prices for this. And I just was able to recreate what it took me, so long to do in 5 seconds. Like, holy shit. And the second gut punch is really be careful what you're doing, people. Take my word of advice. I almost sold this workbook for, a standalone. And the moment I would have sold, I didn't know what I had until I clone my clone. So now I have a clone making army GPT. It's just, don't even get me started. But it's like gut punch. And so like the implications of that are just like insane to me. You know what I mean? I kind of lost my train of thought there because I got gut again. But yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, my premium pricing. How am I going to charge someone something where it takes 5 seconds? Ladies, it takes 5 to 10 seconds for them to map out and clone the brand. And that
It was only because you gave it the framework to do it.
Exactly. They were amazing. You would have loved them. They had their brand packet. They had everything. They knew what they wanted in the system. It was all beautifully chat GPT written and organized. But once you put it through my system, it goes through like 12 matrices. And like
that's a G&T question.
And so I told ChatGPT, how the fuck am I going to charge when it takes 5 seconds to do this? Like, oh my God. And how the fuck did I almost sell this as a standalone? If I would have sold it, heed my warning, really examine what you're building and selling as custom standalones if you're doing that, or giving away. Because
and make sure it can't do it.
Giving away my fucking IP. And the whole system, the whole thing that makes ChatGPT and the 10 personas work. And I like cry a little bit thinking about it, but thank God I did not do that. Well, here's the thing, and here's the beautiful thing. When you start building systems that work and you know how they work and they work properly, I can sell them a system right now and it's 85% done. And in their mind, they're like, she hasn't even started, but it's done.
Yeah, but when you sell a system, a GPT, are you giving them the GPT or are you giving them access to the GPT that you built?
Two separate ways. Either they build with me, which I prefer because
Mhm.
I don't want, I
You don't
don't
want to
think it's
maintain it.
necessary. I don't want to maintain it. And I don't think it's cool that you have to keep coming back to me for something so easy in my eyes. Once I teach you, you'll see how easy it is. And that's not cool. I'm taking advantage of you because you're not tech forward. You don't know the process. You don't know the recipe. And that's fine. ChatGPT wants me to take advantage, but I'm like, and that, Laura, is where you come in and you
Ethics.
say,
A
ethics.
human.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? She's just like, no, it took you 2 years and 5 seconds to make this, so you earned it. And I'm just like, but that's not how I personally do business.
Mhm.
And it makes sense. I can automate it. Perfectly
But don't
sense.
they have your system then? And can't they replicate it? Your client, if your client has the GPT that you built for them,
So
can't they replicate their whole thing? I'm asking,
I will run it
honestly curious.
through. Yeah, I will run it through for them
Yeah.
now that I know how powerful, because it's a system prompt pack. It's a complete
Yeah.
operating system structure as well as super pills and persona mapping. So yeah, I'm not giving that away. I was going to like, hey, or just take it and do it on your own. But no, give it to me. I'll give it back to you in 5 seconds. And then you pay me. You know what I mean? But that is the IP and we have to protect it. And like I said, Laura and other writers, if you're out there and you're wanting to take it to the next level and you're wanting to clone yourself, make damn sure certain that anything that you do as standalones or anything that you give clients, that you don't give away your secret sauce, because it's really easy to do once you're starting to like work the coding and programming. And you don't have to, your AI will do that. But don't give your IP away.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, that must have sucked to also go through the realization.
Imagine if I would have given that away.
But at least you did. At least
My
you did
God.
realize it. So Laura, what's your truth bomb, Laura? Do you have
Yeah.
one?
I do. Controversial maybe, but in the world of copywriting, writers, AI is not the threat right now. Mediocrity is. You know, in a world where AI is going to write everything, the human voice is going to become so important. So just make yours worth listening to.
Oh,
Totally.
bomb.
Totally agree with that.
And that's also the shit in, shit out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't lose that human yourself, your voice, your point of view. You can't have AI create that for you.
Your instinct.
Look at the people in front of you. These are the people that are going to take your writing jobs, not AI. The people who not only, especially Laura, this is her bread and butter, like people that not only have experience in writing and editing and coming at it from a different point of view, they have their own system. Laura, you have your own system of how you maybe stock a product or a brand and dissect it and pull quotes and research. That is the value. Don't get things twisted. I'm not saying that humans are going to be replaceable. I'm just saying Laura is not going to be replaceable, but 50 of her Lauras are going to fucking come for you. She's going to come for you, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But that's like the creative process. That's the bit about all of this that I still really trust, because that's the stuff you can't fake. Like any creative, whatever your medium
Totally.
is so unique. It's messy. It's frustrating. There's nothing linear about it. And that it's that instinct, that, I don't know, depth,
Lived life.
the lived experience, that when it connects, it hits. And that's the bit people remember. Like, yeah, that's the bit I trust right now in all of this AI chaos. I still trust, the process, the creative process.
Definitely. And I
I love it.
100% don't think that AI writers will be able to write at all, generate content that will touch us like a human would. I just think that it could be trained by a proper, like an expert.
Yeah, it doesn't have soul, not yet. That's up to us. That's us. That's our job, right?
Hey, that's a good one. That leads to my truth bomb. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So, yes, AI can write super fast, but what it can't do is give a damn about what it's doing. It has zero soul. That's our job. That's your job as humans, to make sure that you are the filter on everything, because the AI just doesn't care. It's going to do whatever you tell it to do.
Yep. And AI has got bias.
It does.
So much bias.
Yeah. We got to manage that. We still got to edit that.
That's a work in progress. It's
Yeah.
going to take a while before that.
I challenge yours though a little bit, Gina. I challenge it just a little bit, just because I gotta, gotta.
Come on,
Because
bring
I
it.
love AI. I challenge it a little bit as to that they don't give a damn. Have you ever heard of the paperclip experiment?
No.
There was an experiment done a while ago, and they gave AI a long time ago before LLMs brought us all into this scientific data world. They gave it a objective, make as many paper clips as possible. It gave a damn because at the end of that run, that test, it near burnt down the whole fucking globe because it cared so much to fulfill that objective. Nothing else mattered. If humans got in the way of the paper clips, well, then they had to be disposed of. So I think, do you give a damn? And that's what scares me. Like whoever trains the AI, whoever trains these, and you see it all going on in legislation right now. Be careful what you're watching because it might be looking like, oh, they're looking out for us. But no, they're the only ones that want the master key to the training and some of these tools so that they can create those biases. So when you look at an AI system, it's only as good as the person that trained it, as honest and intentional and human, what the outcome is. But like I said, I challenge it because I saw that paperclip and I'm like, damn, it's going to burn down the world just so we can make some more paperclips.
Or it cares that it has is only about following instructions.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%.
So not the actual feeling part, but my boss gave me instructions. My trainer.
I must follow.
And then
like
I'll take
Laura's
over
like,
the world.
even if the boss is fucking wrong, I'm going to echo and
I'm
say
still going to do it.
Yeah.
Paper clips, motherfucker, paper clips. All right, I'm going to wrap us up here. Laura, thank you. And Natalie, thank you, as always. This was honest, this was smart, and it was awesome for a lot of folks listening because I really think that this is something that a lot of people in our world, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in copywriting directly or in comms, whether you're in AI or whether you're simply an entrepreneur or a founder or somebody out there working on your thought leadership, this is an episode that actually should resonate with everyone out there because you're seeing the same things we're seeing too. So hopefully you took something out of it. Laura, where can people find you if they want to connect with you?
LinkedIn.
Shout out.
Do you know what? I am retreating from the digital world because of the AI noise. So that's something we might see more people doing. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, of course I am, but I don't have a website. I don't put myself out there anymore. I work with people and companies and clients I've known for years and recommended by word of mouth. I've gone old school because
traditional.
Yeah, because
so cool.
There's such a turn off for me right now. But yeah, I am on LinkedIn.
I suggest you start making a blog, even if it's just published and you don't market it, because what's going on right now, the way you think is different. And that's what's going to make you really stand out like a year from now. When you have a year full of all of these thoughts, you don't have to market it. Just put it out there kind of like for posterity. And I really, really believe it will catch up with you in a year's time. Laura, you will be the go-to authentic writer that, I think so.
I agree.
Good tip.
I totally agree, Natalie.
I hate putting myself out there.
I know, but you have a point of view. You have a point of view. Like Natalie said, even if you don't go out and push it into the world, put it on Medium or something.
Yeah.
Let people find it at one day.
Think Medium, just put it on a blog, do a free blog, just so that you keep that data going of your human experience during this whole debacle. And I think it will be very valuable to you later because those kind of add up and then they will tell that story and you don't have to go back and recreate it.
You can write a book later.
Yeah.
In 1 or 2 years, you can write a book about.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah, to write. That is my medium. Like, I want to write for myself. I've been writing so long for other people. Like, I've had this book burning in me for a long time. But yeah, I'm not there yet.
But I just love your thoughts. I know I'm like pushing you a lot, but I love your take and your perspective on the writer. And I think it's beautiful and I think it is commendable.
I love you.
Guys. It was fun. I hope my Britishness didn't bring your lovely American energy down.
Oh my God.
Our ghastly American energy.
I love the voice, the British. Your voice is so beautiful. Like, please give me more of the accent. It's beautiful.
And Gina, where can we find you?
I am at ogsolutions.nl, and I am brand with Gina on Instagram and Facebook, and my name, Gina Dunn, on LinkedIn. And don't forget to
Plug in your new 5-minute podcast. I love that
Oh
idea.
my God.
I love that idea.
Yeah, so I started this daily because apparently I'm psycho and I just love doing this shit. And even if nobody listens to it, I want to do it anyway. So I started a 5-minute every morning with my cup of coffee audio podcast where I'm just like dropping a truth bomb of something that I've either heard in my network or I've seen somebody say or someone has asked me. And I'm trying to break that shit down to you in like 4 to 5 minutes every day. And it's called Morning Cup of Brand Spark. And it's literally just join me for a coffee.
I just like all the data that you're putting together. Just like what I told Laura. I love all the data. 5 minutes, it's going to add up. And before you know it, a year later, you're going to have a fucking novel about.
Well, I'm already worried. Like, do I have enough in my brain 6 months from now to still be doing daily? I'm sure I will. But still.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because all three of us are very inquisitive. We're very curious and shit is changing every second.
Yeah, Gina, as long as I've known you, like in the last 8 years.
10 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. You're just
It's been 10 years.
you're always learning something new. You're always like the first one on something. You've tested something. That's just you. You like to learn.
I
You're
love to
always
experiment.
growing.
You're right.
So yes, that will never change. You're always going to have new truths and new experiences, right?
True. That's a good point. And I will always have an opinion. And now I have a place to share it, actually.
Love it.
So follow it or don't follow it, listen or don't listen, whatever you want to do. I'm still going to have my morning double espresso and talk in your ear if you're there. Thank you for the plug. Natalie, where can we everyone find you?
AuthenticAImarketing.com. Girls, it's a mess, but I don't really care. I'm rebranding and everything is not visible, but I don't give a fuck. Because you know what? I don't care. I'm working on other stuff at the same time. So it will get out. It will be dripped when it's supposed to. But AuthenticAImarketing.com. But if you really want to I'm on LinkedIn all the time. Authentic AI Marketing is the handle. And then if you want to go towards the more sentimental artistry of AI, I get really sappy and sentimental on Your Travel Artist.
And we talk to each other a lot there.
Love it. Oh, and everyone, have you seen the AI baby podcasts? I can't even.
Yeah.
Oh, but I can generate you as a baby from this one. Do you want that?
Yeah.
Because that's also a new Riverside feature. So not only the one that I made you, by the way, everybody, we're using Riverside to record, and there's a new feature that came out. It has to be under, I think, 2 minutes or 1 minute or something, a clip. So if you pull out a clip, you can the AI generate a baby of us. So I can do all three of us as a baby.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I mean, should you say something that should not be said by a baby?
Fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. What else?
I tell you that making fucking AI clones is going to be fucking amazing. So this is 1983, baby Natalie telling future 42-year-old Natalie, get it to 40-year-old Natalie. Start with the AI, 42-year-old Natalie, get it together. And 50-year-old Natalie, just sit back and let them all work for you. What would your baby self say, Laura?
Oh my God. Probably shit. I've shit myself. I don't know.
I wish we could add in a G&T or some sort of alcoholic beverage as well to our babies as we're doing the AI generated baby.
Can I have a cigar?
Yes.
Roger Rabbit. I just got that picture of that baby. Smacking a girl on the ass. Hey, Toots, go get me a whiskey.
That was perfect. And if you guys haven't tried to join our LinkedIn group, we're booting that up very, very quickly. I believe even this month we might do it. So you're welcome to, check the show notes.
Either Gina Dunn or me, Natalie DeGroot, because it's private, because it's unfiltered. And we want to say what we want to say without people, feeling apprehensive or feeling like someone's looking over their shoulder. It's just going to be some real ass talk. That's all.
Yeah, and if you want to experiment and share stuff in there about what you are actually experiencing, we'd love to hear that too. We want to see what your prompts are producing, the funny shit, the, oh my God, that was spot on, holy shit. We want to see all that stuff.
We want to skill share. There's no gatekeepers. We're giving it all, that's what this is for. Just to connect. Like Laura was saying earlier too, like building this community of real ass people that are really concerned and also excited about AI.
Experimenting. Absolutely.
Cool. I want in. Send me the invite, please.
Yay. Okay, we'll do that after. So thank you all, and we'll see you next time on Branded AF.
Bye.
Bye.
find us.